The film begins with a harrowing heist that turns into a massacre. A security truck, seemingly stopped by a road construction crew, is ambushed as the workers reveal themselves as armed robbers. Within moments, chaos erupts. Both guards are executed, and several innocent bystanders are caught in the crossfire. The attack sends shockwaves through Fortico Security, prompting tighter protocols. 5 months later, Patrick Hill, a new recruit, joins as a security guard. During orientation, his boss, Terry, mentions the deadly heist and bluntly states that the perpetrators are still at large. With a grim warning to stay sharp, Patrick, soon nicknamed H, begins his training under seasoned guard, Bullet. H barely scrapes by, struggling with firearm accuracy and truck maneuvers. In the locker room, Bullet introduces him to the team, where he's met with skepticism. Sweet Boy, a sharp-tongued guard, tests him with crude humor, while Dana, the only female guard, seems intrigued. Sticky John, bitter about H taking his spot, greets him with sarcasm. On his first shift, H rides with Bullet and Sweet Boy for cash pickups. Sweet Boy reveals he was originally scheduled to drive the truck that was ambushed, but had called in sick, an alibi that saved him. The shift is uneventful, but at the end of the day, H lingers by the ID badge board, discreetly inspecting his colleagues' names. That night at a bar, tensions flare when the team pressures Sticky John to pick a fight with H. To their surprise, H effortlessly puts John in his place and then hands him cash, telling him to buy a drink. Bullet watches, amused, dubbing H a social wizard. Soon after, a routine shift turns deadly. Bullet steps out for a pickup, but doesn't return. The radio crackles. He's been taken hostage. The robbers demand the money from the truck. Sweet Boy panics, urging H to drive away, but H remains calm and refuses to leave Bullet behind. They follow the robbers' orders, driving to a remote location. A masked gunman drags Bullet forward, demanding the money be loaded into their vehicle. H begins tossing bags into the trunk, but deliberately drops one to the side. When a robber steps forward to retrieve it, H seizes the moment, executing him, and then the one holding Bullet hostage. A brutal shootout ensues. One robber escapes, and H gives chase. Inside an abandoned warehouse, H corners the last attacker, demanding answers. The man mocks him instead. Unfazed, H knocks him unconscious. He removes the robbers' masks, searching for a familiar face, but the one he's hunting isn't among them. The FBI arrives, questioning H's deadly precision compared to his unimpressive test scores. He coolly attributes it to adrenaline. They later report to their superior, Agent King, suspecting H might be a dangerous figure they've tracked for years. King, however, orders them to back off, dismissing H as just a painter who knows how to cover his tracks. Despite Fortico's protocols, the company rewards H with a promotion instead of a suspension. Behind the scenes, he quietly investigates his colleagues, compiling files on employees, crime records, and autopsy reports of the guards killed in the heist. 3 months later, H and Bullet are ambushed on a job. The robbers black out the truck's windows, preparing for an attack, but the moment they see H's face, they abandon the heist entirely. Terry is baffled by the incident, while Bullet cryptically calls H a dark spirit. H's personal life takes a turn when Dana makes a move on him. They spend the night together, but later, H confronts her at gunpoint about stolen cash in her possession. Terrified, Dana insists she took it for herself and isn't involved with any organization. H warns her not to lie, revealing he knows everything about her life. The story then flashes back 5 months earlier. H, once a doting father, spends a peaceful day with his son, Dougie. A call interrupts their time. Mike, an associate, asks H to check which direction a Fortico truck turns after leaving its depot. H reluctantly agrees. He parks near the site, leaving Dougie in the car while grabbing food. As he watches the truck, a different group of robbers ambushes it nearby. One of them spots Dougie and orders him out of the car. When Dougie sees the robber's unmasked face, he is executed on the spot. H rushes back, arriving just in time to witness his son's murder. He charges at the killer, but is gunned down. When he regains consciousness in a hospital weeks later, he learns of Dougie's death. His grief-stricken wife blames him, calling him cold-hearted for failing to protect their son. Consumed by vengeance, H turns to FBI agent King for help identifying the killers. With limited leads, H and his crew unleash a ruthless campaign against the city's criminal underworld. Despite their brutal methods, the real killer eludes them. Frustrated, H adopts a new strategy. He fabricates an identity as Patrick Hill and infiltrates Fortico to find the true culprits from within. Meanwhile, the story shifts to the six-man crew behind the heist, former military veterans led by Jackson. Initially robbing wealthy targets, they transition to armored trucks for bigger paydays. Jan, the most reckless of the group, increasingly challenges Jackson's leadership. During one heist, their path unexpectedly crosses with H and Dougie. The boy's murder was not planned. Jan's impulsive decision to silence him permanently rattles the crew. Jackson warns Jan that his recklessness could destroy them. Months later, the crew sets their sights on their ultimate score, Black Friday at Fortico, where $150 million will be in transit. Jackson demands discipline, but Jan's arrogance grows. On the day of the heist, Bullet reveals his true allegiance. He's the insider who facilitated the previous robbery. He warns H to stay out of the way if he wants to live. But H, now aware of Bullet's betrayal, has no intention of backing down. As the crew storms the depot, the heist quickly spirals into a bloodbath. SWAT is en route, and the guards fight back. Amid the chaos, H breaks free, dispatching the robbers one by one. Dana, Stewart, and Shirley put up a resistance, but Bullet betrays and kills them. H, wounded but relentless, pushes forward. He confronts Bullet and the remaining robbers, taking them out with calculated brutality. Only Jan and Jackson remain. Jackson, realizing Jan intends to kill him, moves first but is too slow. Jan slits his throat without hesitation. Jan escapes with the money, killing Bullet along the way. Later, in his apartment, he basks in victory until a ringing phone disrupts the silence. Inside one of the stolen cash bags, he finds a phone. Before he can react, H emerges from the shadows. Jan, masking his fear, offers a deal: money for his life. H remains silent, tossing him an autopsy report. Jan reads the details of Dougie's murder. 4 bullets, each shot a deliberate execution. Jan looks up, realizing there's no escape. Before John can react, H raises his gun, methodically delivering the same 4 shots to Jan that had killed his son. Each shot is precise, mirroring the pain and loss H endured. Jan collapses, his life ending just as coldly as the one he had taken. As H limps out of the apartment, his vengeance complete, he is greeted by FBI agent King, who has been waiting outside. King calmly asks if the job is finished. Without looking back, H nods and walks into the night, leaving the scene of his long-sought revenge behind. Thanks for watching, guys. Kindly subscribe to Movie Matrix. For more interesting movie recaps, also like and share. See you in the next movie.